Our energy is like a radio frequency that attracts or repels. What are you releasing into the atmosphere that says you believe in service excellence? But if people don't see you caring internally for each other, you can't give what you don't have, you cannot be what you do not become, and you cannot do what's never been done to you. If you are to unlock what is in the heart and minds of individuals, you must begin to speak language that encourages them instead of tears them down. A boss tells, a leader knows how to ask. A boss hears, a leader listens. A boss wants compliance, a leader wants commitment. When I come from my heart and release my brilliance, I don't serve you because I have to. I serve you because I want to. The question that you probably have is, what is brilliance? Brilliance is your potential, it is the insight, and it is the genius that everyone has in their heart and mind, that when they come to an organization, that organization invites them to release their brilliance in that organization. Brilliance is released in an environment where people are celebrated rather than tolerated. Brilliance is released in that environment, so much so that that person understands that I am a vitamin, not just an aspirin. Because if people don't feel that they are being cared for in the organization, they will work hard enough to keep a job and do just enough to keep from getting fired. So one of the things leaders must think about is, what am I modeling and demonstrating every single day? Because everything speaks. Everything speaks. One of the things leaders have to think about as it relates to customer service is, after you model the behavior that you want people to demonstrate, get out of their way and let them do what they need to do. Now, one of the interesting things is that organizations come up with a strategy and they say, okay, customer service is our strategy. Here is where we're going. But many times, many of the people in the organization don't have a clue as to how to really make that come to fruition. Here's my question for you. When you think about the National Service Excellence Initiative that is here in this country, why are you passionate? Why are you committed? Do you get it, or are you just doing it and providing lip service? Or do the people that report to you and work with you trust you that this is not just a flavor of the month, just something to do, but they see modeled in you something that says, you know what, this is something that we need to get on board with, because it not only changes our business, but it changes our nation, and I see in front of me a leader that I can trust because they are modeling the right behavior. If we were to break down the word service, we would extract the word serve. In order to serve and to be all that we possibly can be, we must begin to ask ourselves, why do I do what I do? And am I modeling the behavior that speaks to allowing people to be able to trust me? Where does trust come from? Trust comes from truth. What is truth? Truth is integrity. And if you don't trust each other, that means everyone throughout the organization doesn't trust each other. So yes, you can talk customer service, and we need to hold hands and sing Kumbaya and make sure everybody feels the love. But if people don't see you caring internally for each other, you can't give what you don't have, you cannot be what you do not become, and you cannot do what's never been done to you. So one of the things leaders have to really think about, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest, what is the level of trust that people have in me as it relates to serving? When I understand that I am in this type of environment who may be changing the course of its direction, I recognize as a leader, my responsibility is to serve what I see. What would it be like for every leader to see the brilliance that exists in people and to bring them to a place of alignment, and through the power of language, because Language is the software of the mind. There are over 500,000 words in the English language. The average person uses 2,000 to 3,000 words. If we were to drill down even more, there are 200, 300 words that we use on an ongoing basis. What's the point? Here is the point. If you are to unlock what is in the heart and minds of individuals, you must begin to speak language that encourages them instead of tears them down. Death and life is in the power of the tongue. Right. So that means my words carry energy. And the words that carry energy can unlock what's in me, because either your words will coach them up or coach them out or invite them to find their happiness elsewhere. And every person that is not in alignment with where you're going, I know that'll hit some of you later on, you will realize that you have to speak into the direction that you want people to move. So instead of talking about what they are not doing, talk about what they could be doing, because you see the brilliance in them. If we are going to release service excellence and make this country one of the most dominant forces in the world, so much so that people will come to benchmark your best practices, then we have to think about how do we begin to lead uniquely different than we ever have before. One of the interesting things that I have discovered is that as a leader, as it relates to service, everyone is watching your every move. I'm going to invite all of you to think about, and this is probably one of the most important questions to ask, especially as we think about right fit, selection, making sure that we have people that get it, is to have a conversation with individuals who are currently on your team and ask them, how can I help you be successful? Because so many times we're always telling people what to do, but we don't know what's important to them. And then build a bridge between the two. One of the questions I'm telling organizations all over the world that they need to ask, especially as it relates to customer service, is what do you aspire to be? Where do you see yourself a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now? This is not a job. Customer service is just not some job. You come, this is my job. I get a paycheck. Woo-hoo! Okay? Why? Why do I serve? Because if everything is always about a check or what's at the end of that, then I will never look for ways to create efficiency or to be able to share with the organization innovative strategies or things that they can do to take service to the next level. When a diamond is found in the core of the earth, a diamond is really a coal. And through heat, everyone say heat, pressure, and time, that diamond crystallizes and is shot to the earth's surface as a result of volcanic activity. When I was writing my book, Release Your Brilliance, one of the things I discovered is that a diamond goes through an interesting process. It goes to a marker who marks where that diamond is to be cut. Then it goes to a saw who saws away all of the unnecessary parts. But then it goes to a brilliantier. Everyone say brilliantier. That brilliantier is responsible for shaping and polishing that diamond so that it brilliantly shines from the inside out. All of you sitting here right now are the brilliantiers of service excellence. The people that work in your organization are the diamonds in the rough. And those that don't get it right now, service excellence, what am I supposed to do? Those are the folks that you as a brilliantier have to come alongside them and help kind of polish out that cubic zirconian thinking so that they can begin to understand that their brilliance is inside of them. And what you're going to begin to do is begin to speak into their lives until that brilliance comes out.